Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Inspiring Lives, where we dive into the incredible stories of those who have shaped our world. Today, we're talking about one of the most legendary inventors in history, Thomas Edison. His story is not just about the light bulb. It's about resilience, innovation, and never giving up. So sit back, relax, and get ready to hear how one man's relentless pursuit of success changed the world forever. Thomas Edison was born in 1847 in Milan, Ohio. He wasn't born into wealth or privilege, but he was born with a curious mind and an insatiable drive to learn. From a young age, Edison showed an interest in mechanics, chemistry, and the natural world. But here's where the story gets interesting. As a child, he struggled in school. His teachers thought he was too slow to learn and even labeled him difficult. Can you imagine? The person who would later revolutionize the world of technology was once considered too slow to succeed. But that didn't stop him. Edison's mother, a former teacher, believed in him and took matters into her own hands, homeschooling him. This was the turning point. With his mother's support, Edison learned how to see the world differently, developing a passion for experimentation and invention. Fast forward to Edison's early adult years. By the time he was in his 20s, he had already worked on several inventions, including the telegraph. But it wasn't until he began working on the electric light bulb that his true genius would shine. We all know that the light bulb changed the world. But did you know it took Edison over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts to create a working model? Yes, over 1,000 failures. But instead of seeing these as setbacks, Edison saw them as steps toward success. When asked about his many failed attempts, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." This is the attitude that made Edison a true pioneer. He understood that failure wasn't the end. It was part of the process. Imagine how easy it would have been for him to give up after a few setbacks. Yet, he persisted, showing us that failure is simply a lesson waiting to be learned. Finally, after years of trial and error, Edison succeeded. On October 22nd, 1879, he created the first practical and long-lasting light bulb. This invention lit up the world quite literally. But Edison didn't stop there. He went on to develop the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and countless other innovations, leaving a lasting legacy in fields ranging from telecommunications to entertainment. But here's the thing. Edison wasn't just a genius inventor. He was also a brilliant businessman who knew how to turn his ideas into realities. He founded General Electric, one of the largest and most influential companies in the world today. Edison understood that success wasn't just about great ideas. It was about making those ideas work in the real world. Edison's journey teaches us so much about perseverance, creativity, and the importance of failing forward. How often do we give up when faced with challenges? How many times have we told ourselves that a dream is too big or that we're not capable of achieving something? Edison's story proves that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it and pushing through it. So, what can we learn from Edison's life that we can apply to our own? First, believe in yourself, even when others doubt you. Edison faced rejection, criticism, and failure, but he never allowed those voices to define him. Instead, He trusted his vision and his abilities. Second, embrace failure as part of the journey. Edison didn't see his many failed experiments as defeats. He saw each one as a stepping stone toward success. If we adopt this mindset, we'll be much more resilient in the face of challenges. And lastly, take action. Ideas are nothing without execution. Edison didn't just sit around thinking about how the world could be better. He got to work, sometimes at the expense of sleep or comfort, to make his dreams a reality. So, next time you face a challenge, remember Thomas Edison. The next time you fail, remember that you're not failing, you're learning. And who knows, your own breakthrough could be just around the corner. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. If you're inspired by Edison's story, we'd love for you to subscribe to Inspiring Lives and share this podcast with someone who could use a little motivation. And, hey, if you're facing your own challenges, don't give up. Keep pushing forward just like Edison did. We'll see you next time with more incredible stories of perseverance and success.